Business and trade became a huge part of Europe during the 14th through 16th century because of joint stock companies. A joint stock company is a company set up by a country to rule their territories by selling parts of the land to merchants or shareholders. Some shareholders held more responsibility in the territory because of how much stock they had. This created a power battle between citizens of the territory and created a sort of hierarchy of power and the joint stock companies. An example of an early joint stock company and the most successful was the Dutch East India Company, which was set up by the Dutch after they were freed from Spanish rule and were able to explore the Atlantic Ocean as they pleased. The Dutch were attracted to the goods of Asia, which drew investors towards them and thus started the joint stock company. The difference between the Dutch East India Company and others before it was that shareholders were only reliable for their share of the company, no more, no less. Companies before it had a system that everyone was reliable for the whole thing and had a board of directors that ruled over it. This created a conflict between the shareholders and the board of directors, and which led to the removal of those companies. Like the Dutch, many countries such as England and the East India Company started to follow their lead and set up these systems to fund voyages to Asia. Joint stock companies were questioned by Adam Smith in his work, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations, in 1776. He said that these companies would eventually fail because the motives of the people running them were not all that clear and left room for scandal and bankruptcy of the countries. This inquiry brought the end to the joint stock companies in Europe.